So we are back again. Liverpool versus Arsenal. The big game, the big one, game of the season. The one that us Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans as well, have all been waiting for. The title contenders facing each other. Before we get into it any further, it's been a while, but Rian, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Excited to do this again. It's been, I think the last one would have been when we did the Fulham review in August that I've been involved in, which
Yeah,
is when
no,
we just slated Havertz for 20 minutes and called it a day.
yeah, no.
Mm.
That was such a good video in my opinion. But
Mm. Yeah,
you know what? Yeah, Havertz is
time's
doing
great.
all right now, so yeah, you know what? No, it was more the I think we were complaining more about the top party right back or whatever it was we were doing back then. But a lot's changed since then. Um,
Yeah,
we are a very solid team. We are currently top of the league. Not for long because Villa will go top tonight if they win. Villa could be top for Christmas. I just want to reiterate that they could be if Arsenal draw to Liverpool. Villa
yeah.
could be top for Christmas, which if that's the case, surely you've got to include them in the title talk.
If Villa were playing any team other than Sheffield United right now, I'd be like, okay, do you know what? There might be a chance, but they're not. They're nothing. Sheffield
But
United,
even at home,
yeah,
they'll beat anyone.
yeah,
So yeah, but we've got a very very tough game on
yeah.
Saturday. Liverpool, first versus second, and how are you feeling for this one?
Do you know what it is, right? It's the most conflicted I've been going into a game away to Liverpool, like because even last season when we were playing Liverpool, and I think at the time they were about sixth or eighth or one of them positions. Even then, I was like, nah, not sure, Anfield. Whereas even and now I'm like, we're good. We're obviously a lot more solid now than we were before. We had Rob Holding starting that game last season, but it's one of those freakish games in it, Liverpool. When once that crowd gets going, it's kind of like. But then again, they were awful against United, so who knows? Who knows what could happen if we
Yeah,
can silence them early and not do what Xhaka did to Trent? Then maybe we'll be okay.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's their atmosphere that, in my opinion, their atmosphere is very hit and miss at times.
Yeah. When they get going, they get going.
Yeah, when they get going, they do get going. But we've
Yeah,
seen like over the past few seasons. Last season, it was dead for the first like half an hour. Season before, up until Arteta started shouting at Klopp or whatever it was
exactly.
dead as
Both
well.
last two times that we've been to Liverpool, we've been doing okay, and then something's happened to rally the crowd up, and then we've just gone right. Never mind.
Mm.
But
And
hopefully
then
we
we've
don't do that.
seen we've seen there's been like Klopp who's been like begging the fans. I don't know if you've seen it. He's like
Yeah.
he's
I've seen
generally
it.
begging the fans
Yeah,
to
be
be on it from the
yeah.
start,
Hmm.
which I guess shows like he must be quite scared, and he's definitely aware of
He's
just
wary, yeah. I think
yeah.
Arsenal fans have blown out of proportion a little bit. They've definitely.
No, we have, yeah.
I've seen some of the tweets. I'm like, relax, man. Jurgen Klopp
Mm.
is not scared of Arsenal. He's just wary of the threat we pose. That is all. He's not. He's won the Premier League, Champions League, Bundesliga. He's won all that. He's not scared of Arsenal. He just knows that if they're not on it, and if the crowd don't get behind them, we've got the quality to turn them over at their own place. So that's all. And you were mentioning before recording that Arsenal fans. There's nothing wrong with being confident, but I have seen a lot of cockiness as well, which I'm not a fan of.
I've seen people like I definitely do. I won't say I'm like confident, but I definitely think if we turn up, we have a huge chance of getting a result at Anfield. But I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans going like, "Oh yeah, I don't think it will be close. I think because they're basing it off as well how Liverpool played against Man United. But you just got to remember, United part of the bus against Liverpool. We will not part the bus against Liverpool. There will be goals in this game. I think we could potentially like if we're not on our game and we try
We
and
could get
play how we
battered.
play,
Absolutely. We
it
could
will
get
just play. It will play into their hands,
yeah.
which I don't think will happen. I think we've learned from last season not only,
Yeah.
but I just think we're a more solid team.
Yeah.
Um, You've got players like Saliba who are back for this game, who weren't there last season. You've got Declan Rice, who is a massive, massive, massive addition to our
Yeah,
midfield. And I think, yeah, our midfield compared to their midfield, that's the big one. I think our midfield blows their midfield out of the park. To be honest, they
it
haven't
should.
really got. I mean, they haven't really got a solid DM, have they? I mean,
No, I mean
not that
McAllister's
I can
playing
think of.
as a pivot, if I'm not mistaken. I might be completely wrong, but that was based on what I was watching earlier in the season. But no, you're right. I think the main thing is I said before recording that our spine is a lot stronger this year than it ever has been going to Anfield, which works both ways. It could be a case of when we do go 2-0 up, / if we do get 2-0 up like we did last season, I think we'll deal with it a lot better than we did last year. Also, if we, let's just say we go 1-0 down early, I can see us reacting to it a lot better than we have done in recent times, where we've gone 1-0 down and just gone completely crazy and got smoked. I don't see that kind of stuff happening. It could age horribly though, so I'll keep quiet.
No, I agree though. I think that's the main thing. We are a much stronger team. I think in that sense. I think like if we were 2-0 up at Anfield this time, and for instance, I don't think we let them back into the game. I think we just control the game from there on. I just
Yeah,
think
exactly.
like you said with like if we were to go a goal down, yeah, I do think because even against Aston Villa when we went a goal down, we reacted very, very well. I think we had very good chances. That's one thing that does worry me slightly for this game because
Yeah,
we struggle with that. We are not a clinical side at all.
yeah.
Um,
Brighton was
and
another
and for
example.
and for this game, we got to take any chance we get. And if we don't, we will potentially regret it. And I think Liverpool could then win the
Yeah,
game. But
it could very easily be a case of let's just say we start off really, really well. Liverpool out of nowhere at the end of the second half, end of the first half, grab a goal, and then we huff and puff again for the second half. We miss countless chances. Liverpool score at the end, take a 2-0 win. It could very well happen, something like that, because it was very nearly going to happen against Villa as well. I
even
think,
against Brighton, they should have
they did.
equalised.
Pascal Gross nearly should have scored, and then we would have looked at that result as a disaster because we'd had 25 shots, something like that. You're absolutely right. When we do get chances, we absolutely have to take them, because the last thing you want is this Anfield crowd to and for Liverpool to think, right, they're getting frustrated, that let's go. Because by the way, we can take this as a given. Liverpool will have huge moments of dominance. Like they're gonna press us. They're gonna flourish some shots at us, which we'll talk about David Raya in a second. But that will happen. It's a given. It's about how we deal with that. And when we do get the ball and we do get our chances, we have to take them, because that's the only thing that will be deflating that squad, that Liverpool team, which can be a huge plus for us if we want to win this game.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing that I've been a bit that I've noticed this season compared to last season. Last season, we seem to just be so, when we get a chance, we take it. We seem to be so good at scoring goals. I just think
Clinical,
this season we're a much more structured team, but we need to. And I'm 100% Arteta would have addressed that after the Brighton game. I know for a fact in that dressing room he would have been saying. He would have gone into the players a little bit. I mean, I'm sure he would have congratulated them, but yeah, we have to be clinical in this game. That's what will lose us the game if we're not, because Liverpool, for one thing, they do take their chances. Salah,
they're a clinical
yeah,
team. They're a clinical team. Everyone talks about how Liverpool haven't been that great in the last few weeks. Well, but they've won. That's because they're clinical. So even when they're not having a very good game, if they get the chances, Salah, I don't know if Darwin Núñez scored much. Luis Diaz, etc. These guys are clinical. When they get the chances, they will score. And then you've even got Szoboszlai who can hit them from range, which worries me a little bit about Raya.
I'm more worried about Raya on the ball if we try and play out the back with the way Liverpool press us. I don't think we. I think if Raya gets the ball, he's got to go long for like Martinelli, Saka. I don't think we can afford as much to
Early on,
just.
at least. Early on, at least. I
Yeah,
think this level,
we
if
got to
that's
just
handy.
we got to just ride it out for the first period of that game because from the kickoff, from the whistle when the whistle goes, the atmosphere will be like electric. First 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Then if we can ride that out, start having because you know what, yeah, I think this will be in terms of how we are. I think it will be similar to how we were against City. They had large periods of dominance, but then
Yeah.
when we had large periods of dominance, there you could clearly see that. So I think that's what we got to be like in this game. We just got to when we're on top, we got to be smart about it. The main thing, like we said, is taking the chances that we do get. We will get chances. That's one thing for sure. If Trent Alexander-Arnold, because you talk about Zinchenko inverting into the midfield, which might potentially leave Salah with a lot of joy. But if Trent Alexander-Arnold's doing the same, then Martinelli could have the same on the other side. Yeah,
Exactly.
so we'll see. In terms of, I don't really think there's not really any debates with what we go with, isn't it? Because
No, I
I
think
don't think
lineup-wise, it's fairly simple, fairly self-explanatory. I think the City game comparison's a really, really good one, actually, because in that City game, you're right, they had many, many periods of domination, but they didn't do anything with it because our structure and our defensive shape was so good. And that's exactly what we're going to have to do tomorrow and more. We're going to have to be even more disciplined. Now, I think you're absolutely right in saying that the Anfield crowd is at its peak at the start of the game, right? Now, people underestimate this, but I genuinely believe that it is a factor because it's not a myth. It's been a thing. You know, many ex-footballers have said the same thing. But the last thing you want to do in those first 5 to 10 minutes is have a shaky moment with your goalie, or have your goalie slice a clearance, or have your goalie accidentally pass a ball to their team and go out for corner. Whatever. That's the last thing you need.
no, that will just
right.
fuel that
Bayern needs
atmosphere
to
even
go
more.
long for a little bit for the first 5 minutes, keep control. If they have a bit of possession, fine, no problem. They probably will do anyways, but don't do anything silly. That's what cost us last season because we were playing really, really well, but it was a silliness that cost us in the end. So, and that essentially, in my opinion, that game cost us the title. So,
yeah, and I also just think like in terms of because I do think that from the minute the kickoff whistle goes, I do think Liverpool are just going to press the life out of us. So
absolutely.
even if we can soak in that pressure, even if we have to for the first few minutes, we've just got to remember that there will be periods where we do, like the Man City game, where we do get the ball, where we do
We're
have
under the cosh a bit.
time.
We're going to be under the cosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to be under the cosh for sure.
But I think we'll be prepared for that. And I think we would have learned from last season as well. I hope so.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that Arteta, he's the type of dude to like show clips and stuff of you know the previous games, etc. No, I'm terrified. I'll be honest with you, because not of Liverpool, but it's the prospect of. I've seen Liverpool away so many times, and we've not won there since 2012. Like, I was bloody 8 years old, man. Like, or
wait, Arteta scored in that. No, he did score, but he played a major part in that game. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's if there's any year where I feel confident that we can go there and we can really, really do something, it is this year. You know, obviously, and also, by the way, Liverpool are going to be so up for it, considering how poor they were against United. Like, the Jurgen Klopp will not allow their players to do what they did against United. So, best believe Liverpool are going to come at us hard. It's about how we can weather the storm, if we've weathered the storm, and what we do after we've done that.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. That's my only worry because this season we've lost to Villa away, we've lost to Newcastle away, Chelsea away. We started poor. We can't afford to do that at all in this game. So
no.
if that happens for a second, Liverpool will be out of sight before. Not necessarily out of sight, but they will just take the game away from us, and that's what we want to avoid.
No, you in these games you stay in it. You make it rough. You make it boring for them. You know, you waste a bit of time. You don't. You're not. We're not going to play particularly pretty. Chances are, and we don't need to. And in these games is where you want to, really get the crowd agitated, get them anxious about the fact that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Because you got to think about it, Liverpool fans' expectation at Anfield are so high because of how good they've been in there for so many years. So if we're able to disrupt their flow, that's when we're able to get the most joy, because at that point, that's when they'll get desperate. They'll try and, push themselves forward. That's when Martinelli and Saka will have their space. And by the way, Martinelli and Saka have to turn up, because the
That's the
main
thing
thing.
I was going to say.
I trust Martinelli completely to turn up for it. I love Saka, by the way. I absolutely adore Saka, but he needs to run at them. I think he's become a little pragmatic recently. Doesn't take players on as often as he did. But in these kind of games, when you take out one player by taking them on, you open up so much space for everybody else. You're going to open up so much space for Odegaard, who's very good at striking the ball, and Martinelli, same on the other side. He's going to be able to really help Havertz if he's able to take those players on, and which he's proven to do against Trent many, many times. So that's going to be key. What we do out wide, massive.
Jesus as well. He's got to have his shooting boots on.
Oh, please.
Thing is, our most clinical player, in my opinion, is Trossard, and he's not even going to be starting.
No,
he's not even going to be starting.
Yeah, I saw someone say Trossard should start with Martinelli. No chance. No. Trossard.
I still think Trossard off the bench is the best option.
Yeah.
Havertz as well. I think Havertz, if Havertz continues playing how he's been playing, I think just start, for example, with the way he makes his late runs into the box, that could come in handy. I do think it's very hard to predict this game, because there's so many possibilities with how it could go.
Yeah,
but
that's the
if
thing.
I was to,
we could get a stinky draw, or we could get a. Honestly, I'd do anything for a disgusting 1-0. Like, I don't know.
If I know this is a bit of a bait, not a bait question, but it's a bit of a common question. But like, if I offered you a draw right now, you take it? No. Fair enough. No, I respect that. And just before we wrap up, what would, if you had to try and guess what the score would be, what would you go with?
I think it'll be a high scoring draw. Personally, I feel like it'll be a very similar pattern to. Do you remember when we played them? What year was this? 15-16.
What, the 3-3?
3-3. Yeah, I can see a game being really, really similar to that. Like, I'm going to say 2-2. I think it's a bit more realistic than 3-3, but I think 2-2 is my prediction.
Right. Yeah. My heart is wanting me to say an Arsenal win. My head is saying that I just think Liverpool win, but I can't predict that. I'm gonna go. I'll go 2-2 as well. I think that's a very realistic scoreline.
It's very possible. Yeah.
Yeah, 2-2. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also dreading it, if that makes sense. It's a weird combination to have at the minute.
Yeah. That will be interesting.
It'll say, listen, this game is going to show us a lot about what this Arsenal team is built off. Are we the same as before? Or are we actually? If we can go out there and win comprehensively as well, that right there is a statement win at Anfield.
I think. Do you think if we win this game, we win the league? Not just from this game, but just from what it shows.
It'd be a plus. I think it'd be a massive boost, because I think it's going to be one of those things. Like, if we beat Liverpool tomorrow, I think it'll help us going into Old Trafford, Tottenham, City, etc. From a mentality standpoint, it's going to be huge. But obviously, it's Christmas, so it's hard to tell.
See, those are like for me. Like, I always say this. I know Tottenham are very good this season again, but like Chelsea away, Tottenham away, it's good. But if you can beat 3 teams, Liverpool, United and City away, then you know you're
United are awful, but I'm still not looking forward to
no.
them.
But Old Trafford is a United at Old Trafford. You know what you're getting.
No, yeah, exactly. Even last season we were so good. We still got
Yeah,
still lost
exactly.
3-1. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's going to be one of those things where, like, if we win tomorrow, then it's going to put us in a good position going into those games at Old Trafford. I don't actually know. I think we play at Old Trafford relatively late into the season.
It's like the second last game of the season. Yeah.
Second to last game of the season, yeah. And then we play Tottenham at the end of April as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or
Yeah, those games are very.
yeah,
No,
I don't know.
yeah.
I swear Tottenham and Man United are quite close to each other.
Yeah.
But either way,
now.
they're later on in the season. Yeah, it's in April, 27th of April.
Yeah.
I've just seen it's a 3:00 kickoff.
For what?
For Arsenal Tottenham.
No, that's wrong because they all say 3:00.
That must be.
They all say 3:00. They just haven't.
Yeah,
They haven't.
right.
There's no way.
Imagine having to total sport tech at Tottenham.
Oh no, that would. I'm pretty sure that the game would get called off or something because of the amount.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously Liverpool's the first one, so let's focus on that.
Yeah. Just before we go,
Yeah.
Students of the Game podcast. You know, how's that been going for you?
Oh, it's been good, bro. It's been good. Obviously, I think. Are you watching my bloody? Wait, what's going on? Oh my god, that's some random videos just come on my thing. I was thinking if you're playing my video. Anyways, yeah, no, Students of the Game's going well. We're changing the system a little bit to a 4-man system. So people come on and off, etc. Just essentially the conversation's a bit easier when there's less people, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's going well, and we're excited to get started again after Christmas. So anyone that's watching, do give it a listen on Spotify. That'd be great.
It is on Spotify. We'll put the link in the description so you can go and check it out. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's all we've got. But
hopefully we'll be back for a review as well, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be here on Christmas Eve or whatever it is, talking about how Arsenal finally ended their Anfield drought. But who knows?
Or it could be. So Liverpool 4, Arsenal 1.
And then you got
what went wrong.
And then you got City go, oh, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was 5.
Well, it got all right. At least it wasn't 5.
Yeah. No, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. But anyways, people, well, that is all we have for you today. Take care, and we'll speak to you soon. We're out.